In this video, I'm going to show you what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum over the long term. And a lot of people, they'll say, we're going to do a long-term analysis on the charts, and they'll pull up the monthly, but that's just not a long-term time frame when there's time frames like the 12-month that really take into account years of price action in one candle. So with that being said, we're going to look at the crypto markets for the long term, as that's what we're here for, is the long-term trade. We're not trying to trade the lower time frames. In here, we're trying to get the big swings. So with that being said, we're going to do some technical analysis on the charts. And as you can see, we're in this pattern right here, which would be a rising wedge. And so when you do have a rising wedge, they usually break to the downside. And so that's something to keep in mind with low volatility right here on the monthly time frame. So, when you put these two together, it's pretty clear which way the price is going. And, we can take a measured move of about 70%. So 70% down would put us around 18K. So definitely something to keep in mind, as this is a high time frame analysis, and these are just my opinions. And so when we do look at the 8-month, we have two drives of bearish divergence right here, and then working on a potential third. So now we have 3 drives of bearish divergence. So definitely something to keep in mind. And as we work our way down to the 6-month, we have volatility curving to the upside. And when we look at it even closer on a 3-month, as you can see, volatility right here crossed to the upside at around looks like 40 to 70K. We had volatility cross up, and when it does cross up, it will eventually cross back down. And last time it crossed back down was right here, which was pretty much the last bullish candle. And then same thing right here. So when we do get the cross, that could point us in the right direction. And when we look at the 2-month, we have again 2 drives bearish divergence working on a third, and we do have red in the background, and every time we've had red in the background, it's been close to a major high in the cycle. And when we look at the monthly, more of the same. We have the RSI crossing to the downside, and so it probably does play out some downside price action and at least go back down to the bottom of this pattern. But it is still early on with that, and I don't know for certain if this is gonna crash from here, but looking at the weekly volatility, we are very low. And so now we'll jump over to Bitstamp chart, and as you can see, super low volatility. And so on the times that we do pull back, as you can see on the weekly, we go down in base along the blue moving average right here, which is the 89 EMA, and we got it right here again. So that's coming in at around 64K. So, and then also very interesting to see is going to be the last 2 times we've had a big pullback, we bottomed on the blue 377 EMA, and we put in the 3K low, and then we got the 14K low. So could we see a 28 to 40K low over the next year? it's probably going to be pretty likely. And when we jump down to the daily, as you can see, we do have a potential bounce off the daily 200 EMA, so definitely something to keep in mind there. And we can check out Ethereum and do as far of a lookout as we can on it. And looking at the pattern that we're in, looks like a flag right here. And so these could break either way. But when you catch it right here, is a rising wedge. So, but just for the sake of Ethereum, we'll say it's just a triangle. Now, keep in mind, this is calculating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years into one pattern. So don't expect this thing to break anytime soon. It's just pretty good to know that we're in a pattern on the high time frames. And because there's not a lot of data, we're just now in the 5-month getting some stuff to look at here. And as you can see on the 5-month, we have broke the EMA, and so this is very bearish. And we also got a red Heikin-Ashi, and the last time we got a red Heikin-Ashi was here and here, and these two were the tops. So if this is the top, because it didn't break out to the upside, we could be seeing a nasty pullback all the way down to $500. And this probably isn't the popular opinion, but it is the reality that I'm seeing in the charts. And that would be a 70% move out of the pattern. And that would put ETH down to around $400. So something to keep in mind long term, that this will play out eventually, even if it does go sideways for until June of 2027. So definitely don't expect this one to do too much to the upside over time. And when we look at the monthly, we have bearish divergence right here, and it hasn't even expanded to the upside on volatility yet. So could be getting a big resolution out of this pattern soon, maybe next week or the week after. And looking very bearish on the. And here we are on the 2-week, and I just noticed this news. Bybit was hacked, losing about 400K worth of 400,000 Ethereum, worth nearly 1.5 billion. And this definitely rhymes with a lot of stuff that's been going on in the crypto. The FTX scam was promoted by a lot of YouTubers, and now then Bybit used to be everyone's favorite exchange, and almost every crypto YouTuber was trading on Bybit. And to see it getting hacked like this is very, very wild. And now they're all using BitUnix. So in the coming years, I wouldn't be surprised to see BitUnix right there. But I don't know anything about BitUnix or Bybit for real. And then Coinbase is probably not much better than them, honestly. Is everyone's probably tried to trade on Coinbase, and it's we'll just leave it there at that. But looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, as you can see, we put in the top right here on April of 2021, and we can do a pretty cool trick right here with this, I believe. Or is it this one? Yeah. So we can that ain't right. Oh, it's this one. Okay. And this is probably not the best way to do it, but it is a way to do it. And if we do play it out as this the top in Bitcoin and do something like this, that would also, looking at October 2026. And then if we also do it with this one, and we can kind of throw this one on there as well, see where it lines up. And then we can even get this one as well and see where all these are pointing to. And so if we take all three and put them, somewhere in the same spot, now we got an idea of what could happen. And as you can see, October 2026 to April 26 at a price of 50 to 60. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind, that it could definitely go down and sideways for a while. But yeah, usually Bitcoin breaks to all-time highs and has a pretty good run, but because this one didn't break to all-time highs, it could be a nastier bear market. As you can see, we pull back 78%, and then this one, I believe it was 85. Yeah, so 85%. And then from this high, 87%. So maybe the pullbacks do get better over time in the asset, but 84, if we took off another 3%, it'd be 82% down from here. And this one was actually 79, so maybe we could see, let's see here. Okay, that's 79, so maybe we see like a 75% pullback to around 20K. So again, these are just hypothetical situations and for entertainment purposes only. Wouldn't recommend trading using this type of analysis, but it is something that works out over time sometimes. But looking at Bitcoin right now on the lower time frames, like a 6 hour on Bitcoin, we are popping back up, but that could just be what it is, a pop back up before another shove to the downside. So it looks like the 1 hour is starting to roll back over. So we'll see how this goes into next week. And thank y'all for watching.